At the end of each day, the poll will need to be closed and the ballots reconciled. This video explains how to do that. At the scheduled closing time for the poll, there may still be electors in line to vote who arrived before closing time. These people are entitled to vote. Make a list of the names of electors waiting to vote and ensure they are received and allowed to vote. If you can, lock the door into the poll. If you can't, then place someone at the door to prevent people from entering the poll. Under no circumstances are you to allow anyone to vote who arrives after the scheduled closing time of the poll. Gently and politely inform these voters that the polling station is now closed and let them know when it will open again. Once all voters have had an opportunity to vote, it's time to secure the poll. Each of the candidates on the ballot is permitted to have a scrutineer present to observe what happens at the closing of the poll each day. Secure the plastic ballot box following these 3 steps. First, rotate the circular disc on the top of the ballot box until the ballot slot is closed. Then, insert the small plug seal into the open hole, press down until it snaps in place, and place a plug seal label on it. Finally, in the Record of Ballot Box Plug Seals, Form 321 in Section 5 of the poll book, enter the date, the plug seal number, and the signatures of the presiding officer and deputy presiding officer and witness present. The presiding officer is responsible for reconciling ballots at the close of poll each day. The purpose of reconciling the ballots is to ensure that we have accurate records of the number and type of ballots issued each day. Reconciling the ballots ensures that all ballots are accounted for, that the ballots issued are genuine, and that no ballots have been fraudulently deposited in the ballot box or removed from the voting station. Carefully follow the instructions provided in the manual and reconcile the ballots using the list of voters at the continuous poll form for the day, and comparing it to the number of certificates to vote collected in envelope G. If the numbers don't match up, then you'll need to figure out why they don't match by following the instructions in the manual. Once you've properly reconciled the lists, reprint the list of voters at the continuous poll form and follow the instructions shown in the manual for filing it away in the appropriate place. Before we can secure the rest of the poll, we need to file a few things first. Here's where everything goes. Attach the printed list of voters at the continuous poll report to the daily reconciliation report for that day, and place both in Section 2 of the poll book binder on top of the reports from the previous day. Then place the unused ballots and stubs of the used ballots into the B Ballots Unused and Stubs envelope. Leave the envelope unsealed. Now, seal envelope A and put it in the A Combined Ballots Canceled envelope, and note the number of mismarked, damaged, or improperly printed ballots for the day on the outside of the envelope and total. Don't seal the envelope. There's one final envelope. Seal envelope G and place it in the G Combined Certificates to Vote envelope, and enter the number of certificates to vote written on envelope G for that day on the outside of the envelope and total. Don't seal it. There will be 2 padlock seals in your supplies for the day. Write the number of each padlock seal and the date on Form 553 in Section 8 of the poll book. Both the presiding officer and deputy presiding officer must initial this entry. Now we're going to put all of the paperwork that needs to be kept secure into the secure container provided for your poll. Here's everything that should be in the container: the poll book, envelopes A, B, and G, the file folder portfolio, any other documentation used at the polling station. Once that is done, seal the container with the padlock seals. Any scrutineers present may also initial if they wish. Secure both the ballot box and the sealed container according to the instructions in the manual and anything else the returning officer has instructed to do for this location. If you've been running a campus poll, You'll need to bring all of the materials and supplies, including the ballot boxes and IT equipment, back to the returning office after the close of the poll each day, unless there is a secure room available to use on site. If it's the final day of voting for the poll, you'll do all of the above with a few slight adjustments. You can now seal all of the unsealed envelopes, and you can invite any scrutineers present to initial these envelopes. There are some more steps to take to file things properly. Follow the instructions in your manual for this. Bring all sealed ballot boxes, the sealed storage containers, and the IT equipment back to the returning office immediately after the final close of the poll.